Well, this is a case that seemed like it would just never end. There was numerous delays. Entering tonight's game, Guilderland's playoff path was crystal clear. Win, and they're in. While some of this fire displaced several residents. According to the National Retail Federation, an estimated 164 million Americans will shop this Thanksgiving weekend. Take a look at this. This is where all the snow is being moved to, just outside the city in Glenmont. The Troy Flying Horses went into their bag of tricks tonight to get this win. But items like Cheerios won't be available here for much longer. A 4-pack will cost you $13. However, the rosé is not expected to be around all summer. Along with the water, boxes of hygiene goods and clothes of all ages are also being shipped to Puerto Rico. And in that tape, she said she felt a sense of relief and happiness while watching him drown.
She had called me, and I don't know if she was calling me to reach out for help, but I had missed her phone call, and the next morning she was gone.
It's been nearly 1 year since Paul Collins lost his daughter. Ashley Collins was 27 years old when she overdosed on heroin.
There are things that I would have liked to do with her. Seen her get married, seen her have children. All that's been taken away.
Following his daughter's death, Collins wrote this letter asking for help from President Donald Trump. The retired Troy firefighter briefly met the president at his Albany campaign rally in April 2016.
I am writing to you, sir, in hopes that you can help us fight this terrible scourge that is ruining our families across our country. After years of helping and serving, I have now been devastated by the loss of my 27-year-old daughter to heroin fentanyl.
Collins later forwarded the letter to Congressman Paul Tonko, hoping to get more funding to fight this epidemic. On Tuesday night at the State of the Union, Tonko delivered Collins' request directly to President Trump as he entered the room.
He said, we'll talk, and then I caught him again as he left the podium, and I said, we need to do this opioid funding, and he nodded. So, it begins, that dialogue, which I think is so important.
During Tonko's interaction with President Trump, the congressman held a photo of Collins from that Albany campaign rally.
I was, for the moment, very pleased and happy. Thankful to Mr. Tonko for taking the time and effort.
Like so many cases, Collins says his daughter started with painkillers before switching to heroin. Now he wants to see pharmaceutical companies help pay for the treatments needed for addicts.
I hope that the president also could see that these people aren't all junkies. They're family members, and they all need help.
After being arrested Wednesday morning, the man accused of causing Saturday's deadly limousine crash, 28-year-old Naaman Hussein, arrived to court to be formally arraigned on a charge of criminally negligent homicide. But he wasn't there long, posting the $50,000 cash bail. During the arraignment, Schoharie County District Attorney Susan Mallory said Hussein had his car packed and was prepared to leave when he was arrested. Hussein's attorney, Lee Kinlan.
He left his house because it was his fear, and I said this on the record, it was his fear that the address that he typically used and an address that his family has used was starting to be reported.
Kinlan, though, saying he was just protecting himself, claiming Hussein received threats once it became known his father's company operated the limo now blamed for killing 20 people in Schoharie. The DOT says the limo had an out-of-service sticker on it after failing an inspection last month.
As I sat in the courtroom tonight, both myself and my client's family were receiving phone calls and emails that were, I will say, of a threatening nature.
The sole responsibility for that motor vehicle being on the road on Saturday rests with Naaman Hussein.
Earlier Wednesday, state police outlined their case against Hussein. Then, at the same time Hussein was being arraigned, Lieutenant Governor Kathy Hochul spoke at a vigil, vowing to get justice for the victims.
This community and the grieving family members deserve to have answers. I don't know why, but we're going to find out how.
But Kinlan called his client the fall guy for an intersection the state neglected to fix despite numerous concerns about its safety.
The only thing I have respect for is the process that is now taking place. The district attorney's office and the court now have control of this case, and we look forward to the process going forward.
The kids did great. They put their heads down and got it done.
At the start of the season, Holy Trinity set 3 goals for themselves. 1. Win their division, 2. Win Section 2, and 3. Win the state championship.
We knew we could get this done, and that's what we do.
The first 2 goals have been accomplished. On Saturday, the Pride came another step closer to achieving their final goal after defeating Burke Catholic, advancing to the state championship game.
In 9th grade, it was like my main goal is to get here someday, and it's actually really happening. It's really unbelievable just to be able to say that we could be a state champion next Friday.
But along the way, Holy Trinity faced many adversities. 13 months ago, a fire destroyed their field house and equipment on the eve of their first playoff game ever. But the goal of winning a state championship never seemed impossible because of the support from their schools and the community.
Mr. Fusco, the principal, made a promise. He said, you'll have a new place, for your kids. And he followed through on his promise.
A new place to call home for a team primed for success this year. For seniors who have been on the team since Holy Trinity formed in 2014, accomplishing their final goal would be the perfect ending to their career.
With everything that's happened, and it'd just be like the best memory of my life, for sure.
In Schenectady, Jackson Wang, Spectrum News.